Guys, I made it. I made it through the stag do. I'm still a little bit hungover. I'm on about 2 hours sleep, but we're pushing through 4-hour train ride. I'm okay. We can do this. This is a video I've been wanting to bring so long, and I obviously would have brought it earlier, but today we are going to talk about the 2020 liveries. And I'm also going to use this to launch a new little sub-series that I hope will become a thing going forward, which is Ranked, where I look at things and I rank them in my personal preference order. My opinion, which is correct. Because, I'm a designer by trade, so, if you disagree, let me know in the comments down below, and then I will explain to you why you are wrong. Imagine if I was that much of a But anyway, I've been looking forward to this one so much. I've had plenty of time to take in the testing and see the cars on track a bit more, because obviously when the liveries were first launched, they weren't exactly the same as the cars that actually came out during testing. We've given it time. I've had a good look at them all, and I've put together my list. I've ranked them, and I'm pretty confident. I'm pretty happy with where I put what I put, but there are a few definite against the grain, because Twitter has a voice, and when these liveries dropped, there were some liveries that were very well received, and I was just like meh, and vice versa. So anyway, let's get into it. Let's start with number 10, and I am putting the AlphaTauri as the worst livery on the grid. Twitter will lambast me for this. Look, it's not that great, guys. It's not that great. When it launched, everyone was going mad. And I looked at it and I was like, okay, it's different, which I rate. Like, when something's different, it's a purity, like it's good. I want to see new liveries. I want to see change. I want to see mixing it up a bit. To me, it's just, I don't know, there's just not anything that really sticks out. I like the red Honda on the side. I think that contrasts nicely with the navy and the white. I think they should have gone black instead of navy, personally. I think black and white cars look sick, and the navy is just a bit of a yeah. And yeah, I'm not like, it's just dull to me. It's just dull to me. I just don't like it. I just don't dig it. I think a big problem with the car as well, and the livery working with the car, is the solid white on the nose really draws attention to the arrow straight front of the car, and it looks deeply unaesthetic to me. On to number 9, and a car that I think has loads of potential, and it was ruined by one decision, and it's the Racing Point, and the decision was to stick the BWT at 45 degrees on the side. Whose idea was that? That was stupid. The rest of the car looks mint. I think it looks really nice. I really like the angle from the front. I like the back. I like the pink. It's different. It stands out. I think they've made the Racing Point logo on the nose, because it's like a Mercedes clone, isn't it? So you've got the little circular bump at the front. Looks great, but what was that decision? Who made that call? 45-degree angle on the side? No, that looks dumb. That looks so stupid. Ruin the livery. Such a shame, because the Racing Point has so much potential. It would have been way higher in the list even if they'd have just plastered it, just not done anything, just put it on the side, just normal. They killed it with that. They killed it with that decision. So Racing Point is number 9. Another one that's going to annoy a few people in the comments below, I'm putting Ferrari as number 8. The lack of development annoys me. It's the same car as last year. I don't care what you want to say. The livery's the same. It's not changed. It looked good last year with the black and the red, better than the black and the red and white beforehand, like in previous years. But I don't know. It's not even a livery. Is it? There's no design elements to it. It's just a red car with logos put on it. You know what I mean? I'm not feeling a design language in there. At least with the AlphaTauri, there is some kind of they've got the logo and the swoosh. I still don't like it, but at least they've tried to put some kind of design into it. Ferrari is just a red car with logos printed on it, and I'm just a bit disappointed. A bit of white, a bit of green, little bits here and there, little elements would have been cool. Didn't do that, and I'm just a bit meh with the Ferrari. So I'm afraid you are P8. Number 7, we have the Alfa Romeo. This is what I mean about evolution of a livery. I like what they've done. They've taken last year's livery, which I thought was a bit of a miss. I didn't really like it, and they've evolved it. I think it's an improvement. I still don't love it, hence why it's number 7 in my list. But yeah, I like what they've done in terms of breaking up the sides, and I think it looks cool. I also don't really like how they've implemented the All-in branding. I don't really like the two logos on the rear wing. I know obviously with the proportion of the logo it kind of makes sense, but nah, I feel like they should have maybe put that on the back of the wing and add a different brand on that part. It just, to me, it looks a bit messy. I think one logo on the rear wing works a lot better. Okay, number 6, and if I'd have made this list earlier, this would have been quite a bit lower, but testing has saved the McLaren livery, if you ask me. It's not quite as bad as I initially thought. When I watched the launch, I was disappointed. I was pretty disappointed. It wasn't, for me, like, the front angle's cool. I like the orange halo, but the side is just, it's too drawn out. It's too, like, it makes the car look really long. It makes it look like a Maybach. And I'm just like, I don't know, there needs to be some like break up there, because the McLaren livery kind of last year with the shapes and broke up the car, made it look kind of compact and tight, and I liked the amount of black along the side. I thought that was cool. And yeah, like the blue implementation on the kind of side pods, I don't dig either. I think maybe they should have dropped that, gone all black there, maybe put more blue on the rear wing because that's all black, just to balance it with the front, because you've got the blue on the front wing. P6 for McLaren. Could do better. Hopefully next season will be a banger. Okay, number 5, I'm putting the Mercedes-Benz. Now, this was another one that when it first launched, when you got the pre-launch with, you know, Toto and some random geezer from Ineos pulling the cover off, I was like, what the is that? It looked like a birthday cake. It looked like a Formula 1 car birthday cake. It looked weird, man. Horrible. And it obviously didn't have the proper front wing and all that kind of stuff. They should have just left it. They should have waited, because the actual car, I think, does look really smart. For me, the jump up from McLaren to Mercedes in this list is quite significant, not just on track. In the livery department, I think this is a very, very, very smart livery. And this top 5 was difficult for me to really put together. But I like the use of the silver and the dark grey, and I think that's really cool. It's quite indicative of like the old 2008 McLaren, which I love, which is like probably my favourite livery of all time. So I like the way they've pulled that off. The little hits of red actually have kind of grown on me a little bit. I know that was a bit, you know, some people were a bit peeved about that. Peeved? Who says peeved? We're a bit annoyed about that, but I think it works on the car. And yeah, I think they did a good job. Okay, P4, we're getting closer, and I am putting Renault. This livery, again, like Ferrari, has not changed at all, but it is a very, very nice livery. I love the fact that it's black from the side and yellow from the top. I think that's really cool and different. It makes it stand out. And yeah, like black and yellow works as a combination, so you can't really go wrong with that. It is a shame they didn't evolve it a little bit more. I would have liked to have seen, you know, some changes. But ultimately, it's still a very, very good livery. I'm not putting this list judged on how much they've changed things. I'm just purely how much I aesthetically like each livery. And for me, the Renault is a little banger. P3, and I am going with Red Bull. Again, completely unchanged, but a quality, lovely, little proportions. I love the use of the Red Bull logo. It just kind of works. It's not front heavy, it's not back heavy. It's really balanced. I really like the way it looks. I like the colours. I would love to see them drop the navy and go with a black for the base. I think that would look even better for me. That is the thing that they can do to solidify the best livery on the grid, because the colours of Red Bull, the brand, that's why Red Bull grew to be so big, because their brand is so strong and it works, and it just consistently works, and it works as well now as it did when they first launched. I'm very happy with how the Red Bull looks. Top 2, and these I've changed my mind a few times on these, but I think I've come to a final conclusion. My second favourite livery of this year is the Williams. They've gone from the best livery in 2018 to by far and away the worst last season, and now they've almost won it. I think the livery is quality. It makes a Formula 1 car look exactly like a Formula 1 car should, which is, it makes it look like a little Hot Wheels. It makes it look like a little toy car that I used to play with when I was 4. It's so good. I love it. It's great. It's got the white, it's got the red, it's got the blue. It's balanced. The rocket logo is really nicely implemented on the side pod. The brand and just generally the logos, I think, is they've really done a good job in terms of balancing it all and making the car look good. I like the Safina on the back as well. Like, we've talked about that for the Nicholas Latifi video I did. I think they've implemented all of the, Latifi family brands quite well on that. And I think, they've done a smashing job, man. They've done a quality job. But of course, they're not my winner. No, the winner of the indisputable list, okay, this is basically facts, is the Haas F1 livery. It was the very first to drop. It was a change, a move away from Rich Energy back to their kind of original branding colours. And I loved it when I first saw it, and I love it just as much, if not more now. I've seen it in testing. Grosjean's already spun it, obviously. This poor livery is going to get destroyed by him. I see no reason to see otherwise. And, Magnussen loves a crash as well, so there's not much hope for it. But I think, they'll both look beautiful as they cascade into the walls and do stupid spins on the pit lane. It's a great looking car. It's so the balance. The balance. It's hard to manifest and like really deeply analyze. Like, when something looks balanced, you just know. They've got the hits of red that is enough. It's not too much. It's not over indexing. They've got the nice little chevron on the kind of nose, and just the implementation of the Haas logo on the side. It just looks sick. I love it. I think it's the best looking car on the grid. I think they've done a great job. They've escaped the clutches of Rich Energy, who are still desperately trying to hold on to relevancy, and I will continue to lambast them on Twitter. William Story, you are welcome. I do owe this to you, to be fair. So thank you for walking away from Haas and letting them actually have their own livery and logo. They've done a great job. So there we have it. They are my 10 ranked F1 2020 liveries. Let me know down in the comments below your top 10. I'd love to hear it. And if you agree, disagree, you think I'm an idiot. Also, honourable mention to the testing liveries that we got from Renault. The all black looks sick. It looks so good. All black. Simple. It doesn't even look like a this gen Formula 1 car. It makes it look like a really cool, like, 80s car. It makes the front wing look very minimal because obviously it's black, so you can't really see the details. It looks sick. And the Alfa livery, I saw that, and I think a little bit of wee came out. It's so nice. And you know what made me even happier? And I was so when I saw the overalls, the black overalls. Sorry, this is getting a bit intense, but like, that was a banging little combination. That would have been by far and away the best. If they'd have stuck with that like snakeskin camo I know the heart was a Valentine's Day thing. It was a really nice little thing. I thought that was perfectly executed little test livery. And it's a shame. I'd have loved on the Alpha if the black would have made its way and knocked the white away and it just been black and red. Homina, that would have been amazing. I can still dream. Maybe 2021, we'll see. But yeah, Alpha, you did a great job on the test livery. They'll never see the light of day, of course. You can't have good things. We don't deserve them. So never mind, So please drop a like on this video if you have enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new and you want to see more videos just like this. Season's coming thick and fast. We're not that far away. And I have said before, and I will continue to say, I will be bringing a post-race podcast. I've got it all planned out, I feel now. I've already worked on some of the, designs and bits that are going to go in it. When it's coming, you just got to stay tuned. You will see. Follow me on Twitter as well. Link below. That's where I'm most active. I'm always posting updates around just my life and this channel. And if you follow me on there, you will be the first to hear about the podcast. So thanks again for watching. My name's been Tommo. Have a good one.